so I realized that it might be a little bit counterintuitive to talk about overusing social media on social media, but you know what? Let's talk about overusing social media on social media, okay? This has been something that's been weighing on my mind ever since Elon, who from this point forward I will refer to as Incelus Maximus, a super genius, since he bought Twitter. And it's pretty clear to me at this point that what he wants to do is normalize the kind of toxic wasteland that you find on 4chan or 8chan or worse. And yeah, I'm pretty sure there's worse, even if I've never seen it. And why would I want to? This rant is about not social media-ing, for crying out loud. I'm reminded by a quote from a guy named Grover Norquist, who is a Republican anti-tax guy that Republicans bow to the east and pray to a couple times a day, apparently. They used to have to sign a pledge. I don't know if they still do, but they signed a pledge that says, I won't raise taxes. And then for some reason, he gets their blessing, which I don't know why that's important, but it is or was or whatever. And fuck him, whatever. He used to say, or he said on an NPR interview back in 2001, that I'm not in favor of abolishing the government. I just want to shrink it down to the size where we can drown it in the bathtub. And that is what Incelus Maximus, super genius, is doing to Twitter or X or whatever he needs to call it this week to make him feel like he's got something down there. He bought the playground that we all use, and he's systematically taken away the swings, the slides, the merry-go-round, the seesaw, until it's a bare patch of land that he can pave over and put up a charging station for one of his fucking cars. And as a result, I've been roaming around to all the new playgrounds to see what I like, and then I had a thought, why? Why am I doing that? Why do I feel like I have to find a new place? I'm not sticking around the old one for much longer because of all the things I mentioned already, but who says I have to go anywhere? And I know I'm telling you this on a podcast that I post to TikTok and YouTube, not the least bit hypocritical, but hear me out. There's a difference between content creation and content consumption. Now, your mileage may vary on this podcast, but creating content puts something, hopefully of value, out into the universe, and the other one will take your time and your health and your sanity if you're not careful. And I think one of my problems has been the mindless consumption of social media instead of sitting down at my desk and creating something, for fuck's sake. And we all know how this goes, right? Sit down, pull out phone, open soul-stealing app, and the next thing you know, the kids have master's degrees, you're in a home, you're needing a wipe, and the nurse can't understand front to back like everybody else does at the home because they're an animal. And the only solution that makes sense to me is to create before I consume. And also maybe picking a home for social media, but create my content primarily for my own damn website instead of giving the tech bro of the month the fruits of my labor. Yeah? On a completely unrelated note, there should be some labor. Some kind of labor. Any kind of labor. Just stay tuned. I'm working on it. And it's a short one this week, but that's going to do it for this episode of Roley. You can follow me on most of the socials for now at Chris Roley, K-R-I-S-R-O-L-E-Y. You said the whole thing was I know. I'm working on it. Baby steps. So one name all the same, Chris Roley, K-R-I-S-R-O-L-E-Y. And, of course, the audio version of this podcast, you can get that by searching for Roley on the podcatcher of your choice. And, of course, if you see the guy who thinks he looks all badass in sunglasses with a blue tint, that's me. The rapper's really cool. I don't know about the inside, but it's, sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you're Elon. No. Stop that. Reverse it. Until next time, question everything but the contents of a tuna melt. Some shit you gotta take on faith. Stay solid, people. Bye-bye.